Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a bunch of mobility work on our calves, okay, or the lower leg basically. Now, the reason why we want to do a specific session on the lower leg is a lot of the times, especially after like say very intense plyometric drills, we can load up the calf, and when we go to stretch it, we're really basically just doing a simple calf stretch against a wall or some sort of like different type of calf stretch where really all we're doing is we're stretching the muscle and we're not giving it enough time to actually relax all the different components, not just the calf muscle, but then any other lower leg type muscles as they connect from the ankle up, all this kind of stuff, okay? So we're gonna spend a lot of time working just the calf today. Now, to do this, what we're gonna need is you're gonna need a green band, a stick of some sort is very helpful if you have one. If not, you can use a foam roller of any kind. And then I like to use a golf ball. Now, a lot of people, we use lacrosse balls or different types of, balls like that. But I find a golf ball to be very effective for this. Now, if you do use a golf ball, you're also gonna need a towel if you're using it on a wood floor like this, because if you don't, it shoots out, it's gonna shoot out quite far, okay? So, that's what we're gonna need. Now, if you have something available to elevate your foot, okay, so I'm just using a box, but you can use a couch, a bench, anything you have available, and a band, that's gonna be also very helpful, right? So, first thing we're gonna do is just get some blood flow going with the stick. So the way we do this, you're going to have that knee, keep your foot flat on the floor, and you're gonna start going up, then side, the other side. Right? And then don't forget to do your tibialis or your shin muscles. Okay, then the other side. Okay, so you can basically do that just as long, or for however long you feel comfortable and feel like it's necessary. All right, now we're gonna go into our golf ball. So first thing we're gonna do with the golf ball is our feet, okay? And because of the way the feet connect all the way up, it's very important that we don't forget to do the feet. So from here, when we set up, we want this thing to basically be at the top part of our arch. We don't want to place the golf ball right here, because if you put too much pressure, you could actually break one of the joints. So we want to get it right on that arch and place pressure. And I like to use just my body weight. You can stand up and place more pressure if you want to, and then I'm going to go side to side. All right, and then we go down the middle arch. All right, now when we go through and do this stuff on our feet, we need to remember that the foot moves in 3 different planes and it has 3 different sections of the foot, basically front, middle, and back. And each of them can also work in a different plane independent of the part in front. So when we do this type of mobilization, it's very important to roll and not just press, because when you're just pressing, we could be underusing some of the other points that need a little bit of work. Because if you roll, you're generally guaranteed to get everything you need. And then we'll go other foot. away from you there. All right. Now, of course, the more pressure you put on, the more painful it gets. So I'd recommend you start off sitting down and then move to standing up. And the heel. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is just with our hands. All right, so you know you have your Achilles cord here. We're going to just kind of give that some love, shifting side to side, up and down. Now, the main goal of all this stuff is really just to protect the Achilles, because as we're doing a lot of this high intensity plyometric stuff, there's a lot of eccentric loading that happens on the Achilles. So you need to make sure it stays healthy and knows how to relax. Okay. All right, now, with this lacrosse ball, we're now going to be focusing on basically trigger point work. All right, so you're going to play around and see what needs it most on the calf. So once you're in that position, just kind of rock back and forth on it. Do it a few times, then we move up into a different position. All right, and you can play with different foot angles. All right, so rotate your toes out, rotate your toes in. All right, you know you have two major calf muscles, and they basically sit kind of on top of each other and next to each other at the same time. So what we need to do is, as you go from side to side, you can actually get into a different muscle. And you'll feel there's parts of it that are a lot more tender than the others. All right, then we'll switch sides. My left side's a little more tender than my right side today. Okay, so we have that. Now, with this band and our elevated surface, I'm going to first anchor the band up. All right, now I'm going to put this band around my heel. Okay, I'm going to get the box a little closer. All right, so now I'm going to have my foot flat on the elevated surface, the band just above like where my heel breaks like that. Right? And now what I'm going to do is using my shoulder to push my knee forward, keeping my heel on the object. Remember, knee's always in line with that toe, or with your instep, I should say. Right? And hold that in position. Okay. As you get more comfortable, you can create more tension on the band. You notice this really works a lot more of the lower portion of our lower leg muscles as opposed to the upper portion that you'll get with that wall stretch, which is why it's good to do this separate from the wall stretch. Stretching the Achilles a little bit more. All right, then we switch sides. Set up, elbow. Now you can do this without the object too, like if you want to do it just flat on the floor. But by having the object, it gives me something here where I can pull into it, and just to get a little deeper than I would if I'm using just my body weight. Alright, then we go a little more intense version. So that's it. Short little lower leg mobility drill.